What's up, YouTube? Tyler from YugiBros here, coming at you with my favorite personal segment, the ban list. Seeing as how the ban list is right around the corner at the end of December or whatever, there's all the predictions, all the videos, whatever. So, seeing as that's one of my favorite ones to do for the segments, I figured to jump right into it. Last ban list was so crazy. They hit things that people weren't really expecting. I mean, who really thought all the stun was going to 1 or Stratos was going to be banned and whatever. It was kind of a crazy, I thought it might be. It was a really crazy list. They hit a lot of things, and they took care of a lot of problems. But they also, they didn't cover everything, I guess. I mean, there was a lot of, as you can clearly see, this whole format is, you see a lot of Dragon still, and, you see a lot of the same stuff, but, hopefully this ban list is, changes certain things. So, the predictions that I was looking at, and I was talking to Danny with, and I was talking to Jared and John and all them, and we're just putting things together. Now this is just overall, because I didn't want to leave something out, because where someone's what if this, it's whatever. So I have just decent sized list of things. We'll start from banned to 3. Banned, I only think one card needs to be banned. I think it's 6 cents. Now people are like, oh, return. I don't think return's going to get banned due to the fact that I think return is really good in general, but it's broken with the dragons currently at 3. I agree. If the dragons were to stay at 3, that card would need to go. It's a win condition. It just is. So, in my opinion, I think all the dragons would go to 1. It would make the most sense, but we'll get to that in a minute. 6 cents needs to be banned. Any card that says draw up to 5 or 6 cards, fuck that. That should be banned. And if it literally every deck should be playing it right now. Why wouldn't you want to draw 5, 6 cards? Yeah, you have to mill 4 or less, worst case, but it's pros and cons here. I mean, drawing 5, 6 cards is literally a game changer. It gives you your engine if you don't have the engine. It gives you backup if you have a diesel board. There's really, that card's way too powerful, way too overwhelming. That wins games. Your opponent can have 0 cards in hand, you could just control board, and he flips to 6 cents and gets 6, and he's playing dragons and gives you the treatment, I guess. Things I put at 1. I think all the big dragons need to go to 1. I think they need control. They need to control that deck better. I think putting them at 1's good because with all the mythics coming out, there is going to be a wind and a fire because there is already a earth and water, and it's going to be, you're already seeing mythics in Dragon Rulers. Soon it's going to be mythics with Dragon Rulers in it. You're going to see the 1-ofs in there, and they're going to be able to play, the 8s. They're going to be able to still go into the random 7s. It really won't change the deck too much. It will stop, the nice thing is when they get banished, they won't get to search it. You won't search for the same one, and won't be able to be overwhelming it. So that's good, because I mean, instead of playing swords, or cards consonants to certain ones, you just play trade in or advanced draw if you really need to get that thing off. Trade in, most likely. Other ones, Fanny's Emptiness. It completely shuts down your opponent. And if you, Trap Stun, you can turn it on and off if you need to, or, you can activate your Reckless and get rid of it when you don't need it. It's too good. The card is great. That definitely needs to go to 1. Wind Up Shark needs to go to 1. I'll get to that later. Crimson Blader needs to go to 1. Crimson is so annoying. It's the best synchro of this format. It is so great. It completely... if you have a broken hand, and your opponent goes Crimson Blade and attacks over your thing, that hand means nothing. It means nothing unless you're playing spell books or something crazy. It's way too good. Skill Drain, I think needs to go to 1. It's a card that says I can do something and you can't, and that's something that Konami usually likes to cover a lot of. I personally really like the card. I would like it to go to 2 maybe, if anything. But realistically, if we're going to see a move, it's probably going to go to 1. It's just too good of a card. But, people were talking about this. Sinister Serpent to 1. I don't think that's that bad. Now, people are talking about it with water. Me being a water player, I understand how good it can be. But, I don't think it'd be that bad, because you could see other decks play it too. That's an iffy. It doesn't have to happen, but, I'm just going to throw out the option because other people brought it up and, spark some discussions. You can comment down below and tell me, why Sinister might be bad. I mean, I already know about the water Sinister stuff, but if you know other decks, the Sinister might, benefit in a huge way. Let me know. Yugioh armor, I think will go to 1. Or maybe 2. I don't think 2 is going to be matter that much. I think 1. That way, because with all the new Yugioh stuff coming out, and obviously, like, there's a lot of hype. People are on that bandwagon right now. People love that deck. It's honestly, it's a fun deck. It's a stun deck. You can OTK and you can control. It has great momentum in every area. But there's really nothing else to hit in the deck, and I don't think Konami's going to ignore it. They're coming out with, crazy support. They already have, like, their trap card, which brings out the 2/3s that turn into 4s. So it's an instant, like, Yugioh X. Like, it's too good. I think armor's good, but, you gotta maybe throw something at the deck. So if you're gonna throw a rock at the deck, maybe put it to 1. What else do we hit? Oh, for books. I think books need the water treatment. I think they need to be, like, neutered a little bit, but not too bad. So I would say Fate being, as everyone knows, Fate. I think Fate needs to go to 1, and I think Eternity needs to go to 1. I think Eternity needs to go to 1 more than Fate needs to go to 1. Because Eternity is so good. Now, seeing as how I have about 3 spellbook players on the team, I literally play them all the time. And all they do, spellbooks just abuse the Eternity and Fate. Which is annoying, because if they banish, like, say they banish their other Fate, they banish their secrets, they just Eternity for that secrets, or Eternity for that Fate. Activate another Fate with the next turn, whatever. Fate's too good of a card. It doesn't target. Banishes anything, and, it sets, it bounces, it's broken. That card, like, putting it to 1 and not hitting Eternity would not matter. They would just recycle it, research it, do what they always do. But putting Eternity and that to 1, that's making them still be able to get off their combos and still be able to play it, but they actually have to work for it, so let them dig. Let them dig for what they need, instead of, just allowing them to search for whatever they need. Like, that's probably the best. I mean, Secrets is good. I think leaving Secrets at 3 still gives them, like, a good playable option. I think the deck could be fine if you put it to Fate to 1 and Eternity to 1. And Dark Strike Fighter to 1. Because, yeah, it's Dark Strike Fighter. So, things to 2. To start with. DNA Surgery, I think needs to go to 2 because DNA is a great side card. It's very, very good. And to have 3 of it, it's like, it's tough. It literally stops a lot of decks. Like, it kills Bujins. Kills, let's see, what the fuck's the other deck? Hurts Fire Fist, which you might see some new up and coming depending on if Spirit does go to 2. I think Spirit's going to stay at 1, but, you've obviously people are talking about Spirit coming to 2 because, they want that bandwagon to start, rolling. So, let's say Fire Fist, like, it hurts them a lot. Noble Knights, it hurts, which they've been throwing a lot of support to. And also, Spellbooks. That's, for some reason, the one I kept trying to think of and I couldn't remember. Yeah, it kills Spellbooks, and it kills Noble Knights. You call anything besides Warrior, they get fucked. So, that's just 4 of the decks top of my head. I mean, there's plenty of other decks that Surgery is great against. That's why I think putting it to 2 is fine. Keeping it, I wouldn't put it at 1 because it's like, it's not that powerful. I like to see Diva come back to 2. This has been a very tough format for Water. I've been playing it almost the full I've been playing it the full format, and I've been okay with it. I think I would like it to be better, but people keep wanting to neuter that deck. They want to hit it. They're like, Sphere to 1. It's like, leave me alone. Give me a fucking break here. You just took away my searching power, and you put Diva. I would like to see Diva go to 2. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm not gonna throw it out there. I think Recharge needs to go to 2, because with all the Lightstorm support, everyone already knows that deck being an older deck means a lot of the players that have played it previously really enjoy that deck. The deck's terrible. I hate that deck so much. It is so bad. It's completely luck. It's Sack Swarm. I hate it so much. I think I would love to see Recharge go to 2. It needs to in general, because they don't need the extra power. They really don't. Ophion needs to go to 2. I mean, come on, Konami. It came out with 3. It came out at 3, and people would just be like, oh, every ban list will just skip over Ophion. That's completely fun and fair to me. I love it. Ophion needs to go to 2. They can recycle it. They're fine recycling it, but they need to stop with that. Wind Up Carrier to 2. The hand loop really isn't affecting any decks right now. And with Shark going to 1, Carrier to come to 2, you might be able to look at it and be like, okay, I can see that happening, but can there be a deck out of it? course there's going to be a deck out of it. It's Wind-Ups. Wind-Ups has been that deck that's been hit every format, almost every format, and every time they've been hit, someone's like, I guess I can make 2 new OTKs with it every single time. It's like, shit, leave the deck's ridiculous. Bringing Carrier to 2 and Shark to 1, I think, would make the deck maybe give it a different outlook. I mean, it hasn't been touched. No one's really looking to play it, with all the other decks out and all this and that. It's like, I think the hand loop really doesn't affect anyone. It's not like it used to be where you could just hand loop and hand loop and hand loop and hand loop and it'd be broken. Like, I think at 3 it might be too much, but I think seeing Carrier at least to 1 to 2, I think that'd be fine. Pallades. That card's disgusting. The card is disgusting. The Constellar Pallades was a 2 rank 5s. That card bounced on either player's turn. Not only can the Constellars make it, Heretics make it. It's 2 light 5s. If it was 2 5 Constellars, they'd be like, okay, but nope, just generic 2 5s. The card's broken. That card needs to go to 1. 3 is too many. Way too many. Rekindling needs to go to 2, at least. I mean, any card that says special summon as many as possible should not be at 3 whatsoever. I think it should be at 1, personally, but I mean, 2 is, like, respectable. Even though it's not making any noise, I mean, I remember a Laval deck just top 8'd, like, a couple weeks ago somewhere, random. So, that definitely needs to go to 2. Mole, I would like that to come to. Last one, people were talking about it. Mole's a great card. I would definitely side 2 Moles. I think 1 is good, but the problem is with siding is, like, you can't get to it in time, and it's not exactly it's a situational card. It's not like a trap card that's up, the multiple turns you can flip on your opponent's turn. No, it's something you have to normal summon and get through it, and then bounce out. So I think a 2 would be nice. I could see why they wouldn't want to do it, but at the same time, it's like, it's a good side card, and, it's a card that I would like to see it do. For Bujins, I think Bujin Crane needs to go to 2. I personally, like, just made this deck, and I just picked it up for maybe next format for, like, certain things, but I've been playtesting it. Crane's 2 broke. People were saying Yamato at 2. Yamato at 2 isn't going to make that big of a difference. I mean, you play 3 pots, you play 2 Tenkis, you're going to draw into Yamato, and if you don't, you're going to draw into one of the searching ones. It's like, plus, Mizuki being so good, or Mizuchi being, like, a great Beast Warrior that's in the deck, and they have another Bujin card, I forget the name of it, that was just on DN, and I was just playing against one. So they just keep having them out, so hitting Yamato's like, I think putting Yamato, they won't put Yamato to 1, that'd be crazy. But, I mean, it is Konami, so they wouldn't give a shit. They did leave all the dragons at 3, so. But I think Bujin Crane to 2 would be good. I think 1's too much. It needs the protection. I think at 3, it's like a searchable, it's practically like an honest, well, not as good, but, you know what I mean? Like, but keeping it at 2, it's like, or putting it to 2, I think would be good for the deck. Sphere, because everyone wants a Sphere, everyone wants more Mills hit for some reason all the time. So, might as well throw that in there. Sphere to 2. Don't want that. Reckless Greed. Fuck that card. That card needs to go to 2. Or 1. I would like it to 1. But if it was at 1, who the hell's going to play Reckless Greed? Keep it at 2. That way they can't draw 6 cards in a thing. So the most they can draw off of is 4 if they have 2 in one thing set, whatever. It's an annoying card. Yeah, so I think we hit about just everything. Like I said, like it was more of an overall things that we're looking at. Like this is what the past format has been. Like I've been to a few of the regionals, and I've been to like I went to the ARG Open in Worcester not too long ago, and just watching the meta, seeing all this stuff. Like this would be changing this. I think would definitely help overall round certain decks. I think it's all going to happen. I highly doubt it'll all happen. I wish. But, I mean, it'd be nice to see certain things change. And, there's no way, I didn't want to leave some out. So, yeah, that's the ban list so far. We'll probably do some more. Probably do it, like, the week right before the ban list. I think ban list, like, 2 weeks. Something like that. So, probably do it next weekend. Probably read everyone's comments and maybe throw some in here. My own personal, in my head real quick, the last one I thought of was Fossil. I think Fossil needs to not be at 3. Because a card that stops your opponent from special summoning and it destroys all special when flipped, like, Fossil is really good. Fossil shuts decks down. I think Fossil needs to be, put down a little bit, but that's just something I was thinking about the other day. So, that's a ban list. So, comment, sub, like it. Don't dislike it. You're a bad person. Let me know what you think. Like, I like I said, like these are all options on top of my head, and we want to cover everything. So if you see a card I mentioned, and you think it should be lower or higher, not even on the list, let me know. Oh, as far as threes, I don't think anything needs to go 3. Anything at all. I mean, even staple wise, like I think all the staples should stay at 1. I think that'd be really good. I don't even think I think Mirror Force needs to stay at 2. With everyone playing, it's like I don't know. I think putting it at 3 might be this might not be the time for Mirror Force to be at 3. So yeah, like I said, like, sub, tell me what's up.